Welcome back to,
Culture Cretins.
yes sir, episode 7. Today we're going to be talking about a book that we both really like. It's not a review though, not a review. Our reviews are designated to our movie and TV show thoughts and opinions. This is was it a 5-6 issue comic book from 2019 by Brian Michael Bendis and Nick Derington. And
Batman Universe.
yes sir.
This is one of our all-time favorite comic book series. I guess you call it a mini-series.
Very self-contained.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's another thing good about it. You
yes,
don't have to read anything outside of what's in this book.
this is very, very self-contained. I guess to start, quick premise of this comic is Batman, is chasing down the Riddler because he's robbing a museum, and Riddler finds this Fabergé egg, and this egg is quite mysterious in nature because a lot of people want it throughout this book. But that's not the only reason it's mysterious. As Riddler gets away, Batman finds him in Amsterdam, and we see that Deathstroke's protecting him and the egg as he's trying to get to some kind of buyer of the egg. And Green Arrow shows up and helps Batman kick butt and try to get the egg back, but then Riddler sneaks away again and sells the egg to Vandal Savage. And this whole time, Riddler is very, I guess you would say, cognitively declined or something. Like he's not formulating sentences right. He's not giving good riddles. He's very distressed. Something's seriously wrong, and it seems to be something with the egg. As the comic goes on, Batman gets the egg, loses the egg. We see a lot of different things. We see the egg originally belonged to Jonah Hex, his great granddaughter. Is it Jenny? Ends up inheriting the egg, and she donates it to a museum. The egg would be worth $15 million, but she seemingly could not find any buyers. So Batman tracks this egg down to Gorilla City, where Riddler is again with the egg, and Vandal Savage, I guess, was also there. And big fight ensues while Batman gets pulled into this egg universe, which takes him to what's that city on the space planet? The Hawk people. Dude, I always forget the name of it. Thanagar. And, along this story, he interacts with a lot of people he knows. Green Lantern, Cyborg, Green Arrow. And he keeps teleporting around, keeps going through space and time, and eventually he finds what's inside the egg. It's a very mystery-driven book, and I think the payoff is really good. We're not going to talk about it at first, but at the end we'll discuss what was in that egg, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we'll have some good insight.
Yeah, I would describe this book, one, I would say fast-paced, but definitely in a good way.
Yes.
I would call it exciting. And the way I would describe, the plot is a chase, a mystery chase throughout time and space.
Ooh,
So you have the
bars.
world's greatest detective. That was rhyme with that. You have the world's greatest detective. That's what Batman is known for. Chasing a mystery, an item, a person throughout all of time and space, interacting with different heroes, different villains, people from the 1800s, people from the present. It's like, let's take Batman at the core of who he is as a detective and send him through the wildest, most exciting pursuit we could come up with. And that's what Batman Universe is. And
it's never too
part of-
dark. It's always very fun without being too jovial, without being too on the nose.
Yeah, like one of the main things we love about this comic is So everyone knows Batman is it's typically a darker, more serious type of comic. Well, and no one, no one likes the campy 60s show unless you grew up with it. Like
Right.
that's not really Batman. What this is it's not campy, but it's also not dark and serious. It's very witty, very fun, humorous, and the humor is not forced at all. This isn't, like we criticize sometimes Marvel movies where they're really
They
forcing
fly now? They fly now.
humor. It's more like, hey, this very well placed, well timed, natural, witty comment, or situation, and it actually makes sense in the plot. And like for example, you'll have a lot of humorous situations between Batman and Alfred, who Alfred is hardly ever on the pages of the book. It's always talking through the earpiece. But, where Batman will be either ignoring Alfred as Alfred's rambling, or Batman is having a witty repartee with Alfred and teasing him and things like that. And there's just some really funny, humorous parts of the book. And one of the things that's so amazing to me about this book is when I read a comic, I typically love it. I love the mystery, I love the art. But then if I go back and read it a second time, even if it's been years, I don't typically enjoy it that much. I already know what has happened, I'm more prone to see things I don't like about it the second time rather than enjoying it as much. Whereas this comic, I loved it the first time and I laughed at it, and I loved it the
I
second time.
definitely got some good nose exhales out of this one.
Yeah, it puts a smile on your face. I wish they would write several more of these types of things if they even can.
Yeah.
But so Will, I've kind of been dominating the conversation. What is your thought
Yeah,
on
I hate this book. It's the worst book I've. No, I'm just kidding. It's a
actually?
great book. So the first thing that comes to mind with this, the pacing. What I can compare it best to, if you have ever read something along the lines of Chainsaw Man or Absolute Batman, it has almost identical pacing. It's very quick. It doesn't brush over things, but it also doesn't like it's very quick, but it's not so quick that you feel like you're missing out on something. Everything feels there. It feels very whole, and even with so many cameos, that's a problem with some comics. They'll just throw in cameos of characters just to do it. With this one, they're they feel very intentional. And when they aren't intentional, or I mean, they obviously put them in there for a reason, but even like I don't know, like the main person he's chasing is the Riddler. He's there for a purpose because he's one of Batman's wittiest rivals, right? And because of the egg, it has some kind of radiation that's scrambling brainwaves and making it to where people can't think, can't talk, kind of lose their cognitive abilities. And I think that's really interesting that they chose him for that. And then we'll see later in the book, there's a lot of I don't know, like very well placed characters. Um, Another thing I like about this is we were talking about the humor. The humor is so good. It's super witty. Like you'll have a situation where Riddler's like saying some of his like earliest riddles or saying something super stupid, and Batman's like, "Riddler, you're embarrassing me in front of Green Arrow," and it's super subtle, but it's not like I don't know, like it's not like a Marvel joke, like you were saying. So that's another thing I like about it. The humor's great. Um, the story super condensed, and I like the mystery of it. We sometimes get to see the detective side of Batman, which is the whole purpose of Detective Comics, and this has a really good balance of both. The intrigue of this egg that we don't find out what's in it until the very end. Kind of keeps you flipping through pages, and then the settings make you want to stay there because we go through so many places in time and space, and it just makes it really interesting. So that's my
Yeah,
main takeaway.
I like how you said some of that. The feeling you get with this is he is being pulled to all kind of different places, different time periods and everything. And it's abrupt. However, every character has the scene is done, and the character has fulfilled their purpose, and
Yes.
it feels like every character and every line and everything in the comic was intentional, was well thought out, was well planned, and so no one stays too long. There's no long exposition, or you don't get bored at any point in the comic or whatever. Everyone plays the role they are supposed to play, and when that role is over, they move on.
They
However,
still might
they don't
mention
just
them or radio in or
yeah,
something, but they're not
they don't
like,
leave you hanging
yeah.
on where did this character go, what happened. You are told that in a well done way, but they don't feel the need to, "Oh, let's have a long transition scene here and explain why
Yeah.
this character," it's just they don't feel the need to do that, and I really love that you're along with Batman on this ride where you're like, "Where are we going now?" And
You
you
can
can't
never know
predict.
what to expect. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Dinosaur Island to space to Gorilla City to the Wild West. Like there's so many crazy places he goes.
Well, when this comic came out and I would be reading the issues as they were
Yeah.
coming out, I would have never guessed if you had given me 100 guesses, I would have never guessed we were going to Dinosaur Island
I
and
was
Thanagar.
so hyped by I still have that
Like,
issue that you gave me from the comic shop that had the dinosaur on the front
yeah,
of it. Dude, so good.
yeah, and it's great. It's
Batman
not a
loves dinosaurs.
super detailed, polished art style, but it's a good, fun art style,
So
and
that's something I want to mention actually. So what I noticed about this first and foremost is it's a good blend of the classic appearances mixed with the new 52 appearances. And
yeah.
this comic came out during Rebirth. So it has that very smooth kind of look to it that a lot of characters have, very vibrant, very thick outlines, very expressive. So it kind of has this best of all worlds. And again, you were saying the whole universe thing, implying that everything is in this universe, right? I like that they also encompass that with the art style too. You have
Yeah.
a little bit of everything. It looks very familiar, even if the characters aren't, or that time period of comics is not.
Well, like you said, he has it's like the new 52 suit with a yellow belt. So they added the yellow color back and they added a little bit of the blue hint back, but it's the new 52 looking suit. And you have scenes in the comic, especially really late in the comic, where uh Batman is seeing all his different friends and villains. There's scenes where Batman and the who ends up being the primary villain, spoiler alert, is Vandal Savage. And they are going through time and space, and you're having them go through famous comic book scenes and things
Oh yeah.
like the original Action Comics where Superman is holding the car. They go through that scene. They go through scenes with the Metal Men. They go underwater with Aquaman. They go nights. They're on Apocalypse with Mr. Miracle. The Mascara. I mean, they're going all through famous places and comic book scenes all in one page. And I thought that was really cool. Another thing about the art style that I really like, and I don't know that I would say it's totally unique in a Batman comic, but it felt unique to me, is there are different scenes in the book where instead of everything being broken up by comic book panels, it's entire pages.
Oh yeah.
And it's like Batman, like I'm looking at one right now. Batman is on top of a submarine with Nightwing,
I love that
and
panel, or I guess
the
page.
whole 2 pages go together. It's all one thing, and they're showing them at the top being on top of the submarine, then in the middle of the submarine, then at the bottom layer. there's another page where he's in Gorilla City and it's showing him working his way, sneaking through, trying to go unnoticed because you're not supposed to be in Gorilla City. And you can't, like, you don't follow the dialogue the way you follow a normal comic book panel. You follow wherever Batman is.
And it really adds to
And
that kinetic nature that we were talking about.
yes, he's moving. It's real. It's alive. It I just think there's so many things about this comic that are just I couldn't be happier with the way it was done.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Um, yeah, I just really like the characterization of Batman in this one too. Like he doesn't play it all chummy. He's not super goofy, but he does have this underlying sense of humor to him in his sarcasm, in his references that he makes. Like, what was the one thing that he said when he was talking to Green Lantern? He's like, Batman loves dinosaurs. He's like, you do? And he's like, yeah, I have one in my lair. And they were talking about like Green Lantern's like, or no, what was it? Was
So
it
one
Green
of the
Lantern that
first
was like, you
scenes,
haven't been over to my place, but I've been to the Batcave like 50 times.
yeah,
He's
and they're
like, is your
talking
place
about like
cooler than my Wayne Manor? He's like, no.
yeah. And that's like you said, that's one of the scenes that endeared us so much to this comic was they land on Dinosaur Island and he literally says, I love dinosaurs. And then Batman loves dinosaurs. I have a dinosaur. And it's just like and then
I guess you're right.
throughout the comic, there's a couple times where Batman is whispering. They'll like see a dinosaur and Green Lantern's like freaking out whether they need to fight them or whatever, and Batman's just admiring
He's
them
like,
and
they're
just
beautiful
whispering
creatures.
majestic creatures,
Yeah.
and I love how much Batman is himself the kind of stoic, serious character, very intellectual. However, he's also not just like stone cold. He has a personality and he's, you know, has interests and he's joking back and forth with characters, but it's just in Batman's way, how he is. He's not going to laugh and cut up and be silly. He's just going to deadpan deliver a line and it's really good. It's really funny.
Did you catch that King Kong reference on Dinosaur Island, by the way? Where Green Lantern
Yeah.
has the
Yeah.
yeah, he is he has a construct of a gigantic ape choke holding a T-Rex.
And it's like just listen to that. Like we had a comic book panel where Green Lantern and Batman are fighting a dinosaur, no, multiple dinosaurs, and Green Lantern makes a construct of King Kong and
Mind
puts a
you,
dinosaur in a chokehold.
this is one page before being teleported to the Wild West beside Jonah Hex and being held at
Yeah.
gunpoint by his posse.
And I love that. I love that it's just like, now we're going here. Now we're going here. And it's just
But
so
it's not, it
exciting.
doesn't feel jarring in the way that some things do. Like in some movies, it'll be like, oh, we're going to this location because we're going to this location. In this, we're going to this location because the egg is taking us there. Also, because this character is important. Jonah Hex owned the egg. Vandal Savage was in this location. We'll go to the next place because this, it's very intentional. It's not, things don't happen
It's
because they happen. Things happen in turn,
it
this happens, and then this happens.
it feels natural with the mysterious nature of the egg that it is pulling him to different places. And it, like you said, it's not arbitrary. There's reasons behind it. And, everything about it is makes sense that it would happen this way. And
It's
so you're feeling like Batman, that this egg is pulling you to different places and you're learning more about it as the comic goes.
and the stakes are very high too. Like it's very unstable. There's a risk that Vandal Savage will, you know, conquer the planet with it. And then, very spoilery. Um, there's also, Batman could die in this, right?
Mhm. Or not exist as Batman anymore. That
Yeah.
also happens.
Yep. Yeah, there's just yeah, at one point the egg brings him back to Crime Alley, and Vandal Savage shows up and pops him, and then he comes back to life. For some reason or another, we'll see that it's because of the egg. Again, very mysterious. Like, what could be in this egg that is causing him to travel through space and time, be revived and protected, causing people's brain waves to scramble? It's a lot of clues for him, but even if you've read a lot of comics, like it's not very intuitive at first. Like you don't know. And the mystery is interesting. It keeps you guessing. Um
And yeah, like in that scene in Crime Alley, Batman is like having a conversation where he thinks he's talking to Alfred, talking about dying in the same alley as his parents. And but even in that, he's making like realistic humor out of it and saying, I thought this a full circle death would be poetic, but it isn't. It just makes me angry. And then it turns out that the earwig is not even in his ear, so he's just like talking to himself. And what you said about the egg protecting him, you'll notice throughout the comic, the egg has an affinity for Batman. It is trying to protect him, and it seems to respond better to him than everyone else. And so there's clearly some form of connection between Batman and the egg.
there's even
But
times when it gets pulled to him randomly. Like he'll
yeah,
say something or exclaim something and then it goes into his hand.
and no one can figure out, like Vandal Savage actually spends hundreds of years trying to find and figure out how to use this egg, and he cannot figure it out. Or he can't even get it open. But Batman is able to certainly not even come close to controlling it, but clearly the egg, for lack of a better word, likes Batman. And so you're left to wonder, well, why? What is it about Batman that the egg is responding well to?
Dude, also the costumes in this book are so
So
good.
good.
He has his stealth suit when he goes to Gorilla City, and the cool part about this, he's in the Batwing, and you think he's in the Batcave, and then he turns off whatever protocol, and the armor
Yes.
forms around him, and then it shows that he's actually been in the Batwing the whole time. He has a Thanagarian, I guess that's what you would say, wingsuit at one
Thanagarian.
point. Thanagarian, thank you. Um,
I'm an expert on Thanagarian
oh, I'm sure
linguistics.
you are. You can have all the expertise. I don't want it. He goes to Wild West and becomes a cowboy with Green Lantern, so he gets this
Yeah.
cowboy get up, and then when he gets brought back to Crime Alley and dies, he's lost his hat, so he kind of has this like I don't know disheveled kind of outfit going on, and then of course there's a big one at the end, big spoiler one. Um, Whenever you're ready to talk about that, I think that would be interesting.
I want to talk a few more little points
Yeah,
about it
yeah, sure.
before we get to the end. Like, for one, some of the humorous things in it. So, there's a running gag throughout the book that Batman is talking out loud, and he's talking to Alfred or someone else, but it's typically Alfred on his earpiece. And this is something that never happens in a normal comic. But in this comic, other people are hearing him talk. And so they think that he is talking to them. And so it becomes a running gag throughout the comic. Like when Batman is fighting all these people who are impersonating the Riddler, he's speaking to Alfred, and one of them says, "Who are you talking to?" And he says, "Not you." And then the guy responds with, "Rude." And that happens like a few times throughout the comic. They're like where they're
Dude,
like serious fire or
side
whatever.
side note, I love that series of panels where they're interviewing all the stuntmen that Riddler or someone
Yeah.
related to Riddler hired, and they're trying to find out what happened, and they're all like saying things like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know we were hired for this job as a parody TV show or something," and someone's like, "The real Batman punched me? That's awesome." Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
And another thing in that same scene that I really thought was funny is Alfred is trying to find the real Riddler in this fight, and like he's supposed to be Batman's eyes, but with all these Riddlers, he can't figure out where he is, and so Batman finds him before Alfred does. But there's a panel where Batman's already found him, and Alfred says, "I have him." And Batman goes, "The concierge had him at this point." And it's like so funny to me that he's teasing Alfred in the middle of a fight of how long it took him to do that. And then just various witty things where Batman's just being funny in, what would be a serious situation.
but
And
in a
like you
very
said
dry
earlier,
way, not in like a
yes,
goofy way.
it's totally in his personality. And like I love what you said about there's this another running gag throughout it of Riddler being it's like they're disappointed in Riddler. Alfred and Batman and Green Arrow. They're disappointed that his riddles aren't better, that he's not thinking more
He's giving his
clearly.
like old riddles and like really stupid phrases that don't make sense. He's mixing his words and he's like, did I already say it in this one where he's like, Riddler, you're embarrassing me in front of Green Arrow.
Yeah, he says so I'll read these couple panels. He's quoting the riddle and says, "And the man who needs it doesn't know it yet, a coffin." Said, "Edward, that's one of your earliest riddles." And Green Arrow says, "And it's entirely terrible." Then Batman says, "You're embarrassing yourself in front of Green Arrow. Are you feeling all right?" And it's just like so funny to me.
Right after
Oh,
punching him,
another
mind you.
humorous one that I loved was okay, so before I move to what I was gonna say, there's a scene with Green Arrow and Batman where the Riddler is flying away, and Green Arrow's about to shoot an arrow at him, and Batman tells him where to shoot the arrow. And Green Arrow says, "I know how to do this." And then later, Green Arrow gets a neurotoxin that causes him to attack Batman. So Batman, of course, wins that fight as the running shtick between Green Arrow and Batman across all comics. And Green Arrow says, "Did I jump you back there?" Batman says, "Yes." "Did I win?" "Of course. I feel shame." That's Batman. And then Green Arrow says, "Please don't tell the others," because he knows, of course, Batman kicked his butt. But it's just funny to me. And then one more I was gonna say that I found funny, was towards the end well, wait, we kinda have to spoil it for me to give this one.
Ooh,
Are we
can I
ready to
mention one in
tell
the
them
middle?
what
I
Yes, go
like
for it.
when Green Lantern and Batman are talking to Jonah Hex, and Green Lantern's like, "Oh, we come in peace. We're like, do not mean
Yeah.
to do this," and Batman's like, "Let me talk to him. I have this under control." I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, he keeps being like, "Hal, I've got this. I've really got this."
Yeah,
Like,
and he just
quit
keeps
talk
like butting in with the stupidest things. Yeah, I
Yeah, they're
like that a lot. I like when Alfred, when Batman comes back to life and Alfred's like, um, yeah, you came back to life like a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Or when they get in the Batcopter, it's like a super casual scene, right? I don't know if you could hear people racing around outside my abode.
No.
Dude, bunch of hooligans. I think this is a racetrack. Um, but they're in the new Batcopter. He's like, "Oh, you got a new Batcopter?" He's like, "Yeah," and he's like, um, "Oh, and there's what was it? Oh, yeah, love the new Batcopter. I kept the cup holders this time. Thank you. You weren't the only one who complained." and then
Yeah.
and then Batman goes, "A submarine," and then Nightwing goes, "Smart." And then Batman says, "Thank you. I've been identifying ships at sea since I was a little boy." I mean, smart of him. He's getting away with the egg. That was
Yeah,
a
I
pretty good
loved
bit.
that too.
Oh,
And
dude.
the
Never mind. That's the spoiler one. I'll wait on that
I
one.
was gonna say the cup holders is a thing that actually comes up in other Batman
Yes.
comics and media at times, so I love that that got brought into there. One that I loved was, they are in the Old West confronting an older version of Vandal Savage, or I guess you would say previous time period Vandal Savage, and Vandal Savage is vaguely familiar with Batman, and so he talks about how he would like to just leave Batman there because he feels like Batman would be happier there. But he says, something tells me that you would just build a time machine out of rocks and sticks and come back and attack me again. And I thought that was so funny because it's like, that is Batman. He's so resourceful and so smart that even
That
his
even
enemy can sit
past
there.
Vandal Savage, not even, which I guess he's been across space and time as well, but
He's like,
it's
I
very
know you
ironic.
would figure it out. And it's funny because Batman, you had the return of Bruce Wayne, the comic series, where Batman is going through all of time, getting back to the present. And so it's like, yes, Batman would figure out a way to get back no matter what.
Mhm.
But so I guess if we could spoil it now,
Yeah, I
or
think now's the
I'll
time.
spoil it this way. I'll tell you through the
Riddle
humorous
me
thing.
this.
So when Batman has the, I guess you would call it the climactic confrontation with Vandal
Before
Savage.
this, real quick, the leading up to this, Nightwing and Batman go to the submarine because Vandal Savage brings it to the ocean, and they think that he's trying to get rid of it because he doesn't understand it. Continue.
So there's a scene where uh, I'll just read it. Vandal Savage says, he's threatening him. And so he says, the storied life you've led, the truly heroic acts, regardless of our personal differences, you do deserve a Viking's death. Pick a place, Batman, and not Robin. And Batman just screams, I am not afraid of you, Savage. And Vandal Savage says, I did not think you were, but. And then Batman says, I have no fear. And Vandal Savage responds with, are you having a stroke? And then Batman starts reciting the Green Lantern uh, motto. And that is
Oath.
how you figure out what it is. The egg starts lighting up white. And when Batman is done with the Green Lantern oath, what comes out of the egg is the original prototype of the Green Lantern ring. It is a White Lantern ring, but not White Lantern as in what you would be thinking from the Jeff Johns run. This is the original ring, and it is very faulty. And so Batman becomes a very powerful but hard to control lantern. And he has a cape made of light and it looks
That's
awesome.
so cool.
And the whole Green Lantern Corps shows up to fight him.
Within
And
milliseconds.
they are operating under the idea that he stole it. It's dangerous. He needs to give it back. And he obviously can't give it back. It won't come off. And so you have a fight between Nightwing and Batman and the villains and the Green Lantern Corps. And the ring is very powerful, but obviously not operating as it should. And so what ends up happening is Batman goes accidentally gets sucked into the ring, essentially, his mind, and he learns inside the ring from the AI of a previous guardian of Oa that this was the original prototype.
Mm.
Well, when he tells the AI to, shut down, that this ring is unsafe, it rejects him and chooses Vandal Savage. Vandal Savage then becomes the Lantern, and he wipes Batman from existence. Not Bruce Wayne. He wipes Batman from existence. So then you are taken to a situation where Bruce Wayne is on the hunt and he doesn't really even know why, but he's not Batman. And then I'll stop talking if you want to chime in here.
No, I don't think so.
So what ends up happening is Vandal Savage realizes, well, Bruce Wayne finds Vandal Savage and he's just like laying on the ground. And Vandal Savage finally realizes, he says, "You were right. I couldn't control this thing." And they end up both sucked into the ring together as lanterns. And Batman, Bruce Wayne remembers that he's Batman.
And Savage has
And
been here for a very long time. Didn't he say, like,
yeah,
the equivalent of, like, 200 years or something?
and he doesn't even know if it's real anymore and everything. And so Batman beats him up.
Also, I wanna
They,
say the comic background for these pages is beautiful. It's this very, like, um, pastel-colored swirl of colors that's kinda white, but also yellow and pink and blue. I really like that.
yeah, is very well done. And it gives you this feeling of being in this, you know, ethereal world. And this is where the page comes in of them going through different famous scenes and time periods and things like this with different characters. And Batman gets the ring back and is able to give it to the Green Lanterns. And Batman delivers the Fabergé egg back to the museum. And that's pretty well how it wraps up.
Yeah.
So hope you were wanting some spoilers there, but
If you were wanting some spoilers.
it is. We will put some warnings on here about spoilers. But
Nah, no, just kidding. We warned at the beginning.
like we said, this to me it's so fun. It's such a well done comic. I don't know. They must have worked very hard on this, and I would love for them to do another one. I mean, there's nothing that says Batman can't have another mystery where he goes to different places and things like that. So,
I agree. It was a very good comic. It was just very fun, great pacing, very refreshing from what was out of the time. At the time, that was when Dark Knight's Metal was coming out, and so I was reading
everything was
that, and it was super depressing. Like they were past the source wall, so nothing was ground level anymore. Everything was space themed. Everything was gloom and doom. And then this comes out, and it's super fun. Doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a return to form for the characters. Really liked it.
yeah, this honestly would probably be a really good version of Batman to have as a primary Batman, this universe. But we'll see what happens with all
Nothing.
of that.
It's so long gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I was reading all the Batman stuff through Rebirth and everything, and when they began Future State, I had gotten a little bit behind. Oh, had been
You
out of
didn't
town and
miss
not
out.
able to get comics. Yeah, and I also wasn't loving where the direction it was
The
going, and I
Titans
hadn't like.
part was the only part that I really thought was interesting because of Red X.
Yeah, I wanted to see the Red X thing, but what I'm getting at is that is where I basically quit reading DC
Man,
Comics and everything because after Future State, because it got so complicated. There were so many tie-ins. There were new versions of characters. I hadn't really liked the direction things were going in anyway.
the
And
DC Universe kept changing their prices and removing content around this time too.
yeah,
So that's where I was reading everything. I would be reading it like between, you know, calls at my university part-time job, right?
yeah. And it became a thing where, like, if you weren't at the comic book store picking up 25 different comics every week from the store, you were not going to be able to keep up with everything.
Yep.
And I wasn't gonna do that,
Something
and
I
I
did
wasn't.
like about the DC Universe app because, like, you know, I am doing that now, and there is no need for that. But at the time, it was a great option to have. I think it was like $5 a month or something like that, and you get all the comics and TV shows
Yeah,
and
you could read
movies.
so many there's no telling how
I
many
read the
comics I
entire
read on
Jeff
there.
Johns run in like 2 months of that, and didn't
Yeah.
have to buy a single physical copy of anything.
Yeah, it was really good. The streaming content, not good. The comic content, very good.
Well, it was good when they had Batman the Animated Series on there.
Yeah,
And then they
but then
took
they took
everything
a bunch
off and put it
of
on
them off,
HBO.
which
They
was
also
so
had
dumb.
rewards. There were like challenges. If you
Yeah.
read certain amounts of comics, you could get like physical things. Like I almost got. I'm glad I didn't because I don't want it. But there was a statue from the Harley Quinn show that was coming out at the
Yeah.
time, and I almost had enough points to get it, and then it ran out right before I got enough. I was like, I don't need it. But yeah,
Yeah, they
tons of
basically
stuff
just
like that.
threw the whole app in the trash.
Yep,
But
corpo gonks. But yeah, dude, that wasn't even a full episode. You know what we could talk about now? We could do this a 50-50. You do a
oh
tier
yeah.
list.
Yeah, we could do a tier list.
Oh yeah. So option
This is a
one.
tier list.
Yes, tier list. So that's option one, Pokemon. Option two would be a fight between cereal mascots and their power
Oh,
levels.
dude, I'm all
And
about
then
this.
number three would be cereal you would eat on a daily basis.
Ooh, man. Yeah,
This one
I
we could
wouldn't
just
do
go through
one
quick. This is a quick one. Let's just get this one out of the way.
Okay, so I
Apple Jacks.
love Apple
Dude,
Jacks.
10 out of 10.
Especially as a kid, I
Easy
ate them
dubs.
all the time.
They're gone. I'm eating them all.
Plain Cheerios. You got to have something on plain Cheerios.
Yeah. Like
So,
sugar and banana. And this is
like
great if you're
Reese's.
like 3 years old and drooling all over the place.
So I would say this isn't good, but if starving, we'll eat.
Yeah.
Oh, I skipped the first Captain Crunch. So that is
Yeah,
just
that's
plain
also
Captain Crunch.
dude, that's
I've never even had that
no.
one. I always eat the peanut butter.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I haven't had that in so long. I don't even remember what it was
It's
like.
so good. It's so good.
You can put it there.
It has
I like
to be
cinnamon
there.
toast. Though.
Cocoa.
Don't know anything about
Dinobites.
that.
These are just Cocoa Pebbles.
It looks like there's three Cocoa Pebbles and Cocoa Krispies all together, and then Cocoa
Yeah,
Puffs.
okay.
Man,
So
what is the deal with the cocoa?
yeah, this person is a crackhead who made
Okay,
this.
so I guess pick your favorite cocoa one, and we'll just do that.
I think Cocoa Krispies are my favorite. I think Cocoa Puffs are a little too big. I used to like them when I was younger. Cocoa
Krispies
Pebbles,
are
I'm not
pretty
big on the texture. Cocoa Krispies, I can just like inhale those.
Yeah, those are good.
We thinking
Now, I
would
gotta
eat every
have-
morning? 10 out of 10.
I would say the second one.
Yeah.
Now, I got to say something about Cookie Crisp.
Dude.
Okay. I wanted to eat Cookie Crisp so bad as a child, and my mom would never let us get it.
Dude,
so then as an
what?
adult, I bought it.
It's
and
so
I
bad now.
hated it.
It's not good anymore.
I hate it.
Dude, this is the new Cookie Crisp. The old
my
Cookie
mom was
Crisp
right.
was so good.
Yeah, it used to be just a little dog. Now it's a wolf.
Well, no, the cookies were better too. They're tiny now.
And no, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, this is
not even good. Go get help.
There used to be a peanut butter cookie crisp that was supreme tier. It was so good. And it's gone. It's gone forever.
Cornflakes are just like Cheerios to me.
Yeah, just put it there.
You need
My grandma always has these on hand.
Love corn.
Gotta have my pops. Gotta have my pops. Crisp eggs.
I don't know what that is.
No, you're down here. Trash.
I
Fruit Loops.
don't care anything about Crunch Berries. Fruit Loops are really, I would say would eat every morning.
Yeah. Crunchberry? You don't know about this one?
I don't know much about that. I like that.
Actually think these are pretty good. You can only go so long pretending that you forgot that it's all berries, though, you know? This one, he didn't forget it. It has both. It has the cereal, it has the berries. I think this is a good blend. I would maybe every other morning. It's a little sweet.
Frosted Flakes I love,
Dude, Frosted
like, a
Flakes are so
lot.
good.
The only thing about them is they get really soggy, but I
Yeah,
do
I
love
would
them.
eat this every morning,
Let's do that.
but I wouldn't eat it all the time.
Yeah.
Honey Bunches
Fruity
of
Pebbles,
Oats.
I don't know, I haven't had that either, I don't think.
They're okay. I'd say I'd say they're kind of they're even more soggy than Frosted Flakes. They're like
Ugh,
fruit Frosted
yikes.
Flakes.
I would say
Um,
there.
yeah,
Now Honey Bunches of Oats, dude,
they're
those are
actually
good.
so good. Every flavor of it I've had has been good.
Yeah,
If Basic
they're
4
really
was
good.
on this list, oh my gosh.
Again, the only problem with them is the sogginess, but
Yeah,
they're really good.
I'd say they're in the Frosted Flakes
Now
tier.
Honey Nut Cheerios
Dude,
to
these
me
are
is
so
elite.
good. So good.
My parents used to okay, when I was little, my parents had to put locks on our snack
What?
cabinet because I would eat Honey Nut
Dude,
Cheerios,
you're a
like, until
maniac.
oblivion. So, Kix, I have not had
Nah,
Kix
I
or
don't. That
Light.
looks like
So,
these both look
that
like
that
cereal they give you if you're in a mental institution.
Lucky Charms, I think Lucky Charms is about there.
Yeah, it's like the marshmallows are good. The cereal's the most okay you'll ever have.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too hard, like they'll cook it too hard or something. Mini
Bean
wheats,
Wheat?
no.
Nah. Now
Like I
I
don't like the
hate
texture.
what
What
is that?
is
Oatmeal
oatmeal
squares?
squares?
I've
I'm
never
gonna
had that
ignore
either.
that. I don't know what that is. What is
I
wrong with you?
detest raisins, so I don't eat Raisin
Mm.
Bran, so
I also don't like Raisin Bran. I like Basic 4 because it has craisins. It's the cranberry raisins, so they
oh,
aren't
yeah,
bitter.
craisins are better than raisins. I don't like them either,
Much
but I like
better.
them better than raisins. Reese's Puffs is elite. Put that at the top.
Eat 'em
I
up,
eat
beat 'em
that
up, beat 'em
still.
up, beat 'em up. Reese's Puffs, Reese's
Rice
Puffs.
Chex, the only
You gotta put
point
it
of
in
Rice Chex
something.
is for Chex
Yeah,
Mix.
starving. Starving.
Rice Krispies,
Same thing.
they make good Rice
Shredded
Krispie
wheat,
treats.
trash.
Get
I'll
that out
just
of
do this
here.
for a
That's
Special
okay,
K.
trash.
The one with the strawberries is good. If you're eating plain Special K, get
You're an
some help.
animal.
Yeah.
Trix, okay, I have not had Trix
So
cereal. I've
good.
had
It's
Trix
so
yogurt, and it's
good.
fantastic.
Dude, this is the cereal that you eat when you just
I'm
want some
giving up
Red
on
40.
life.
Yeah. I would eat this every morning. This was like before school kind of breakfast I would eat. I like that one. Wheaties?
I've
No.
never had
So
Wheaties.
bad. They're just advertising
I
athletes so
don't
they can
like
sell
Wheaties
trash.
thing.
No. Well, we'll just go ahead and review these three. Cocoa Puffs?
Couldn't tell you.
Every other morning. Cocoa Pebbles? Down here with the Fruity Pebbles. Dino Cocoa Bites?
I
The
mean,
great
they're
value
dino.
ones
So.
are better, and because it has a dino, it is definitely better than Fred Flintstone. So,
I want to talk about a cereal that I remember fondly that didn't exist
no.
for very
No,
long.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So when Batman versus Superman was coming out, they had a Superman cereal and a Batman cereal.
Yeah.
I, of course, got the Batman one, and it was chocolate strawberry flavored.
Dude,
So the
what?
first time I had it, and this is so weird, the first time I had it, my reaction was, I don't like this. But I tried it again, and I loved it. Okay, well, then the next time I got a box, the first time I had it, I was like, I don't really like this. The second bowl, absolutely loved it. So it turned into, like, one of my all-time favorite cereals, but for some reason, like, the taste was so different that when I would eat it at first, I would just be like, I don't know if I like this. But and I think a lot of people felt that way because it didn't last very long, but
Dude, I
it was
was
delicious.
constantly in middle school, I would get cereals that they would just discontinue. And I was like, "Oh, this is so good." Discontinued. Like again, uh peanut butter cookie crisp, gone with the wind. We have what is it? Frosted Toast Crunch was so good. I eat boxes of that. Like that would be my in like 7th and 8th grade. I'd come home from school. I'd be super like tired. I'd put on the TV, some kind of PBS show would be on, chill in the kitchen, eat some Frosted Toast Crunch, and I don't know, take a nap or something. Gone.
I love peanut butter Captain Crunch, but
Peanut
the
butter
problem
Captain
is
Crunch?
if
What?
you eat it, the roof of your mouth is like bleeding. But
Oh
it
gosh.
tastes It is
Put
so good.
sandpaper in that?
I love it.
They even
man.
process
Peanut
the peanut plant when they put it in there?
butter. I don't. Captain Crunch is so painful.
Man.
Just
Alright.
they're like, you wanted crunch, so have some crunch.
So, I have a thought on this, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking we save the cereal mascot one for its own episode, because we
Yeah.
gotta do some research. This is not something you can go into
This
blind.
is not enough mascots. There are more.
No, I
cereal
know there
mascots.
are. And also, each one has their own abilities. Like, if you, we can go to Wikipedia and look up, like, Toucan
Yeah,
Sam.
cereal mascots clearly have powers. They're
Yeah,
not just
let's see.
like it's not a tiger, a toucan.
He has a nephew? What is it?
I mean, that's a power.
Maya
It's a-
Archaeology Initiative? Like, he has so much lore.
Yeah, the lore behind cereal mascots is hard to process.
Let's see. Toucan Sam superpowers. What can he do? Oh, he has a fan wiki. He has a hero wiki.
If toucan
Oh
Sam
yeah, he
has-
exhibits the ability to smell out Fruit Loops from great distances and invariably locates a concealed bowl of the cereal while intoning "Follow my nose." It always knows.
Yeah,
That's
so he's
crazy.
like a bloodhound.
He also has fingers. I don't like that.
Yeah, why do you have fingers?
So we'll cover that in another episode. Maybe that's our next episode with something else. For the end of this one, I think we do this cursed Pokemon mascots one that I just found.
Okay.
So we can do it one of two ways. Do you want to do which one's the coolest, has the most sauce, or do we want to do which one do we think could like win in a brawl? Which one has the most aura? Which one has the strongest battle initiative?
I think we should. Whatever you think.
No, go ahead.
I would say let's just rank them because
Rank
we're gonna
'em?
do a battle with the cereal mascot.
Okay. So we have this Meloetta.
I think they did a pretty good job with this.
Yeah, this
whoever
one's
it is.
pretty good. I think this is it's like a
Yeah, I would give
like
that
an A rank.
yeah.
It's
that's
kind of
pretty good.
weirdly shaped.
Yeah,
Piplup? Not
Poplio
Piplup,
one's pretty good.
Poplio. His
I'm gonna get a good look at that. I mean, he's even got flippers, so that's pretty.
yeah. Let
That's
me.
commitment.
How's this? Can you see this a little better?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. This is an eldritch abomination.
Yeah, that one's not as
That's
good.
not good. That's like I don't like his legs.
He's very stumpy.
Pachirisu.
Pachirisu,
Head's
bro.
good.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
That
very
one-
generic torso, but why isn't it like
I think he's missing some of his colors, maybe. That
yeah,
looks
maybe
like a
on the
little bit too
belly,
much
some
white.
yellow bellied. I don't
Alchemy pretty good, but there's just not a lot there. I mean,
yeah, that's a weird one to this is a furry. It's going in D.
that Greninja's not good. It doesn't. Sprigatito. Okay, so that is not that's like one of the short, chunky ones that
yeah,
they do.
that's
like
what
the Jap-
Pachirisu looks like too.
I would put this as a A tier.
Yeah, if I saw this, I would smile. Like it's
Yes.
very cute. I would as a grown man, I would give that a hug.
I do not like this +1 mining.
Yeah, there's some like
I like +1 mining, but I don't like them.
there's some
So-
very despicable aura behind this. That looks like a figure.
pretty
It
good
doesn't
job.
even look like a it looks
Yeah.
like a statue of some kind.
Yeah, the Cyndaquil
Oh
is really
gosh.
bad.
Yeah,
horrible.
no.
The Hoopa
Again
is
with
even worse.
the legs. This is awful. No. Sudowoodo?
Sudowoodo, bad.
No.
Just been terrible.
Oh, did you see? Okay, I gotta say though, if it was just the Squirtle watering pail, 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't. That man,
Chespin,
great job.
trash.
Detail. That's a bad
This
Chespin.
looks like a Roblox character.
Is that Turtwig,
Yes,
dude? What is
Turtwig.
that? Is that just like a stuffed
What did
animal?
they do
This
to you?
Mudkip is
No,
atrocious.
that is a look. That's a guy in a costume.
That's better than I thought it was. Now that I
Yeah,
can get the proportions.
that might be our first C rank.
The Mudkip is an
He's really
abomination.
bad. I don't like that. I don't. This This guy's chill.
Dragonite.
This
That's
guy's chill.
okay.
He's up here. This is awesome. This is a good one. I'd say this is like identical to what it looks like in the anime.
Yeah.
Should this be an S or an A? I'm kind
Uh,
of, I don't like,
I would say A, but that's strictly because I don't like Krogan.
I don't like
so
Krogunk either, but he does look very
Did
accurate.
a very good job.
Yeah.
Very good job.
This is,
Eddie Ursa.
again,
That
it's okay.
to
The
me
head
looks
is okay.
good.
The legs
head
don't
is
look
good.
right.
Yeah.
There's
I
a
would give
lot of
that
that.
a B.
A
The
B?
head is really well done.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Can't.
I don't think he's up here with these guys. These look just like the Pokemon. I'd say these, the head looks right, but there's something wrong about the bottom.
Yeah.
This looks identical to the Pokemon. I don't like this Pokemon, but it does look like it. Doesn't it? Or I don't
I think
remember.
it looks cartoonish.
Does it?
And like
Okay.
short arms, kind of.
So he's going here. Dude, this Mischievous is really funny.
Commitment to somebody
Yeah.
walking around.
I like that. This is awful.
Corbunny.
This guy's name is Howard. No offense if your name is
That's
Howard.
bad.
This is alright,
Trash.
but it's like also trash. This is really
Hip
bad.
hop. Yeah, not a great one. The head's pretty good, but the Grookey, I don't know, man.
He's unsettling.
He is unsettling. He's not cute. Like
he has too much grasp, you know. Like,
dude, I'd give him a C. Or
yeah, like he looks like Grookey. I can't deny that.
Yeah, but it's just creepy looking.
Yeah, it's not right. This Victini is not right at all. This is terrifying. If I saw this in real life, I would turn the other way.
This Stobble is terrifying. Look at those arms and legs.
He looks horribly depressed. It looks like a Yo Gabba Gabba character.
Like, what am I looking at, dude?
This is a Lego guy. Oh, dude, this one is so good. That is so. If I saw this, and again, if I saw this one in real life, I would start laughing so hard at that. And it looks kind of official. Why is it? It looks like this airplane is going to crash into it too. Oh my gosh, there's two of them.
Vulpix the same way.
There are two of them now. This is good effort on this. I don't like this Pokemon. This looks accurate though.
I'm laughing at Rowlet right now, and we're not even.
Rowlet?
That one's so funny.
Dude, there's a guy in that costume. I'm gonna put any of the good ones up here, and then we can decide if one goes to S.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's really well done.
Yeah, that's...
It's like A tier or B tier?
Trying to zoom in, because it's really...
Oh, yeah, let me do it.
Yeah, that's an A tier. That's really good.
That is...
It's a little stumpy, but... Okay, Makuhita. I mean, that one's
looks just like him, but like, it's super low effort. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, is that a Celebi?
Maybe like B.
Disturbing.
Yeah, this is not right.
So, oh man,
this is one of the worst ones. That is, we have more bad ones than good ones.
Shaman is horrible.
Yeah. Where did they get all these images? So many of these. Yeah, Fuecoco is actually, this is an A tier, maybe S tier one. I'm not a big fan of Fuecoco, but that's great effort.
Yeah, this is just the Mascot.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. That's a furry for sure. I don't, dude,
this Chansey's pretty good.
Yeah, the Chansey's good. I like the texture on it too. Put him up there.
Get that
diabolical Pokemon. This is very well done. I have to put it like here. It is like actually really well made, but horrible Pokemon. Classic?
Yeah, classic, dude. So
Classic.
good.
Oh, I almost dishonored him. This is
I
bad.
don't like that.
That looks
That's
like a
bad.
Teletubby.
Yeah.
This looks like
Now what is this?
that's Mewtwo wearing a sash.
Oh, I'm not in the right spot. Why is he wearing a sash?
Because he won a contest.
Oh. That one's
Yeah,
okay.
it's accurate Mewtwo.
I would maybe give it a C.
This is not
What's
right.
going on with Litton, bro? Uh,
This
this
one's good.
mimic awesome.
That is such a good one.
Really good.
Honestly,
What?
this Deancey one is very good too. Like the way they did the like shimmer on top of its head. Horrible. That's a furry.
Yuck.
This
Yuck.
is also not good.
Dude, the Geodude, like, what are you supposed to do with a Geodude? But there's no commitment
Okay.
there. You gotta go no legs. You gotta do.
Just get someone who's in a wheelchair with no legs, an amputee, if you will. No, but what they did? Do you see what they did? Do you see what they did? That's clever. The pants are the JPEG no texture image with the gray and white checkered pattern to indicate that there's no background.
I mean, the face is good. The face
Yeah.
is really.
I gotta give it a B just for that joke, because that's a really funny reference.
It's not fair.
No,
Nah, not very
no,
good.
you're going
No.
there. You're going in the trash bin. This Meowth is devious.
Give that a C.
Yeah, the head is right, body's not right on it.
Now this Lapras
Dude,
is stopped.
adorable. That is so
Oh.
cute. How do you even
S
walk
tier.
around in that? He's skipping.
Yeah.
Also,
Do they push him around in a cart? Like, how does he move?
my current candidates from A tier to move up to S tier are this Fuecoco. I'm thinking I like the Vulpixes. I think they're cute. I think this guy's cute.
The Mimikyu is really well done.
Yes, that one for sure. Rowlet was cracking me up.
Yeah, that one's funny. I don't think your Mimikyu made it.
Why is he make it to the
He's
moon
like,
if he has to crawl? Put them in the move Fuecoco up there. There he goes. All right, Gengar, but he's kind of stubby.
okay, yeah.
He's like a C tier.
We say
No.
this like we know something about Mascot suits.
Dude, this Genesect is crazy. Look at that. Got the shiny Genesect, and it looks insane. Dude, that is so cool. Can he transform into a spaceship like Genesect can?
Not huge on this.
No, that's not good. That's not good. Big ol' Snorlax.
Pretty good just because it's huge. But
Yeah, maybe like we'll put him up in like B tier.
yeah.
I'm gonna demote this guy. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't even have remotely the same aura as everyone else here.
No.
And he's only here because of the joke. Ludicolo. Okay, Morpeko looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's well
This
done.
is super accurate. A tier. Munchlax. Looks bad. This guy.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He's alright.
What is this?
It's the Gene Simmons Pokemon. The Zigzagoon.
Oh, the obstacle.
Yeah, there's two of them. There are two of them.
I don't even know what to do with that.
Dude, they're so well done, and they're doing the pose at the Pokemon Center. These have to be official, right?
They could be.
I'll put that right there. They do look.
I just got a notification from Culture Cretins that their Gundam 1 review is out.
Dude, late
So
to the
watch
game,
that.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch that.
Alolan Sandshrew.
I love Alolan Sandshrew. This does look like a
Yeah.
plush, kind of. It's
Maybe do that. See,
yeah. This is one of the
terrible.
worst. You can see his
That is
arm. These are
These are funny. They're really funny looking.
that brings me joy. If I'm on a beach and I'm like having a
Like,
bad day
really?
and I saw this, it would turn my day around.
Although I like mascots, but I'm always kind of unsettled when one gets near me. I'm like, please
Yeah,
don't
because it
interact
is
with
just a
me.
person.
Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't know how I'm supposed to interact with a mascot. So,
You know more about this Pokemon than me. I don't know what this guy is.
I would give this. I would give this a
See?
C. I don't know. The arms are really bad, kind of looking, but
Is this a Pokemon that's supposed to be standing up?
no, not typically. I mean, sometimes it's standing up,
Furry.
but
This is a very wide stance Torchic.
yeah, very wide Torchic.
That's really good.
That took a lot of effort.
Yeah, I gotta give him effort points for that one. That's like in the same tier as Genesect. Like you made that.
I love Rockruff.
Me too. This one is
I
just
love the face, but the arms, legs, body,
yeah.
very weird.
Yeah, Rockruff is one of my favorites as well.
Yes,
Very good
for sure.
Pokemon. How do I save this? How do I save this? Download image.
So there is a tier list to end the show.
I was gonna look up something. Oh yeah, a mascot. What's his name? Um, but there's this Japanese mascot that posts on Twitter. What is its name? Oh, Cheetan. Okay. Do you know Cheetan?
No.
Dude, look at this guy. So different prefectures in Japan have their own mascots, right? This mascot has its own Twitter account and it's always doing the craziest things. It's like tumbling down a hill or like getting hit by a truck or something or like doing crazy stunts. Like you never know what hijinks this character is going to get up to. It's such a weird thing. But it like for a while a couple years ago, it would just appear on the feed all the time and it would just be like Cheetan getting hit in the head with a baseball bat or something like dude. I hope if I ever go to Japan I encounter Cheetan in the wild.
Yeah, dude.
What
I
a
bet you would encounter some mascots over there.
Oh, I'm a review. Oh, not a review on Batman Universe.
Yeah, are not reviewed.
Hey, that was fun. I like doing those tier lists because it's just like, stupid things to talk about, but
Yeah, and you never know.
you
Like,
never know what you're gonna find. We did work Pokemon into that one, so yeah. Next, did we still want to sandwich this one Gundam review then our Pokemon tier list? Um, just a notice. I'm going to be out of town, and so that's why we're
we're
shifting
trying to
things around.
pre-record several things for some travel and different stuff like that.
I'll just say
So,
for now, Gundam 2 is going to be another week behind. So it's going to be this one. The next one is going to be a normal episode as well, and then Gundam 2 will be behind that maybe
that's the plan.
for now, until it isn't.
Until we change it
Yeah.
again.
Oh well, it's
So
like go with the
I think
flow.
the next
kind of shit.
episode we were talking Pokemon hot takes
Yes,
and
yes.
Pokemon
Pokemon
cereal
hot takes.
mascot bracket, not
Dude,
bracket. I don't even know what that is.
Cereal
It's an alternate
cereal mascot bracket.
It's like some kind of Gen Z slang or something. I just tried.
No, are you having a stroke?
The brain rot. Yeah, are you having?
Dude, do you know tongue Sahor?
You showed this to me.
Dude, it's awful. Hate kind of go back and forth. and
I
rage bait the
definitely
audience.
have some hot takes for you
Really,
Pokemon fans out
yeah.
there.
Unova
You're all gonna
fans,
hate
don't show up to the next episode.
yeah, that one
It's not
probably.
gonna be good.
Although I don't even know
Or
if that would be a
Sinnoh
hot
fans.
take. I mean, the games,
No, it's
but everyone hates the Unova anime, so
dude. You're gonna find all 3 people who love it.
yeah,
We're
they'll come out of the woodwork.
we're gonna get in a dispute with them.
Yeah, we've been putting out some shorts
Yeah,
lately if you prefer short content, which is pretty much everyone on Earth.
yeah.
So we're trying to put out some more short stuff.
Some
Usually
really
they're like
controversial stuff that people
clips from shows and
don't
things
like.
like that. So
Man, there was that one, the Halo one, and I was like being as sarcastic as possible, trying to crack a joke, and I got some lore. I got some Halo lore, and I was like,
yeah,
dude,
someone actually
I've read
responded
I
to
read
me.
the book. I know that book. I've read that too. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, people didn't catch that.
That's okay. They definitely didn't make it to the end of this episode, so. And if they did, thank you for comment. Well, that's
Well, I guess
it
that's
for
it.
me.
That's a
Thank you.
wrap,
That's a
as
wrap.
they say in the
Like
business.
your a callback to your bars that you were spitting earlier.
Yeah, that was completely accidental, by the way. I just
Wow.
live rap. It just
I live
exudes
rap.
from me. Yeah, I don't
Man.
listen to rap at
You know
all.
what exudes from me?
Anxiety?
Yeah. Anxiety,
Yeah,
acid reflux,
same.
carbon dioxide.
True. Feed the trees.
Mm, mm. Trees are usually the first villains in Kirby games. Can't be endorsing that.
Man, that's probably not you're teaching children that trees
Dude,
are bad.
you always start out by fighting like a tree and end the game by fighting a celestial entity that is like
Wow.
traversal through space and time.
That is a ramp up in power level.
And the only dialogue you get in the game is Poyo, Poyo.
Is that what Kirby says?
He goes Poyo.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
No, my only experience with Kirby is Super Smash Brothers.
Dude, when we start streaming, we gotta play Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland and Amazing Mirror. They were on the Game Boy Advance, some of the best Kirby games. There's also a game called Kirby Mass Attack for the DS, where you control like 100 Kirby's with your DS stylus.
Wow,
It's pretty good.
seems a little overwhelming.
It is for the enemies. Kirby is an amalgamation of all the light in the universe. So, well, we'll see you
I
guys
think
next week.
that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for listening, and any comments, likes, any of that, we appreciate it. Hope to hear from you.
Please clap.
Yeah, come on, Ryan. Clap.
Ryan, if you're hearing this.
If Ryan made it through the whole episode, I'm going to be impressed.
Yeah, if he made it through the dude, he doesn't even watch the video. He's listening to the audio of every tier list we do.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
This message is only for Ryan. If you're here and you're not Ryan right now, you better leave right now. Or something.